Kay. I'm the owner of Rave Culture Creations, and this is to give an insight to what we do, how festivals go, the ugly, the good, the bad, and the fun. Because why would we do something that wasn't fun, you know? To start with a smidgen, we hire braiders that have years of experience. I want to say combined experience, we probably have over 40 years. So we're ready, we're amped, and when festivals come, it's a new niche. So it's something that we get to do, come and create, that people haven't had before, people haven't seen before, people don't wear every day. So let's step into it. Let's go.
As soon as I got to Kay's house, it was time to go, as you see from here. And since I'm super duper small, I sat in the back with all the things. When we made it to our booth, we could already tell there was going to be some issues because our rubber padding was already wet from the previous storm yesterday. However, we were ensured that our booth was secure and ready to go. So we began to break down and load in our equipment. Load-in day is super tedious and a lot of work. You have to build your booth from scratch and make sure it looks presentable to the public. The event itself also had to get ready because it was also in its bare bones state.
All right, so now we're heading on our way to the festival. This one luckily is in Houston because, you know, that doesn't happen often. Usually we're traveling down the road, catching flights, hopping in cars, driving miles and miles and miles. But this one, it was in Houston. So we're coming down the highway. We get to our booth. We realize that they have the rubber mats down. We're like, oh man, must be gonna rain, gonna flood really bad. But you know, Houston's real bipolar. So it could sprinkle, and we're thinking that it's gonna be a whole hurricane.
Thursday, we mainly focused on setting up our camping booth. In anticipation for all the baddies that wanted some braids, we bought a bunch of Rave Culture Creations braiding hair. We even created a cute little rainbow for you. And we had all the combs, charms, and trinkets that you could ever need.
Like, we got there, we set up, we worked so hard. Had the booth set up, both booths, boy, baby, we was ready.
Hey, this is our completed booth. Looking beautiful, looking scrumptious, looking pristine. Before the horrible terror befell us the next day. All the hard work that we put into this booth was fucked up. State was looking a little gloomy out. It had rained last night, but our booth had held up strong. The floor got a little wet, but it was nothing we couldn't work with. So boom, we were open for business.
Freaky had to be one of the craziest fests I did that year.
Look at everything. Look at it real close.
You could not prepare me for what was happening when I came back.
The booth was ready. Me, Indy, and Bree went to Walmart to load up on some snacks. But when we
went to the store, parked the car, got back, and the entire booth was underwater.
The booth, oh my God, we were flooded.
Trash bag boots. I mean, sometimes you gotta be resourceful.
I can put it on everything when I tell you we were expecting rain, but we were not expecting a flood.
I was so confused because at what point had it rained?
Back and save Bev and Kay by bringing them trash bags so they could make trash bag shoes.
It was crazy.
For me, I had on combat boots. It had flooded so bad in our booth.
Because we almost swam. Had homemade boots. Baby, we was going back and forth, almost swimming. We needed us a boat.
We lost out on hundreds of dollars of water damaged hair, but we remained in good spirits.
But, you know, my manager told me, hey, Kay, don't forget to bring rain boots with you. I was like, yeah, I got you. I'm going to bring those.
Saying it was a puddle party is an underrated statement.
Here's a different view of how bad it flooded in our booth. We were by far the worst flooded booth.
And that rain told us, honey, y'all gonna sit y'all booties down somewhere.
You can even see some of our hair floating away right there. We even had to pick up our extra hair totes from the ground just in hopes that it wouldn't float away. And this entire area was so flooded and muddy that it was impossible to take clients at this point. Look at that fucking water. So of course we called for immediate assistance to help pump the water out. But
all that work and preparation that we had put in the day before and today was flushed down the drain.
Boom, they never came because it's nighttime. This is about 5 hours later.
Thought that maybe we would have drowned. It wasn't that much water, but it felt like it.
Our booth is still flooded. Look at those dudes jumping over the water. No, the lake. Even the DJ had to stop his set because his equipment was so wet he couldn't find a towel.
And then how you got the DJ out in the rain trying to mix his tables and he can't even perform because it's too wet?
This is absolutely not the Friday we were expecting. Sitting in a swamp. At this point, everybody had to put plastic bags on because we were still flooded with water. It was so awful. It's the day before Halloween, and RKK braiders are dressed up as 90s cartoon characters. We got some Rugrats and a Care Bear, and I'm number 5. And we were in camping, but it was time to shut down. Look at that. The difference between breakdown and setup is so stark. And then we made another 20-mile walk over to our GA booth. Oh my god, I was dragging this freaking wagon. It was so heavy. I wanted to record the aftermath of when clients see their hair. I absolutely love this part. They get so stoked. Her boyfriend was so freaking stoked. Look, there he goes. He's like all touching her like, hey babe, you look so cute. Yes, she do. Anyway, I snuck out the booth again to get some awesome visuals. This is the stage that Cascade played on, so I was so excited. It was right outside our freaking tent. And I was actually about to leave to go see him until I thought this guy looked funny. He was really getting it. Hats off to him. We all dressed up as Ninja Turtles. We hopped in the car and drove an hour away to Baytown. Here, I absolutely love taking shots of the venue before anybody even steps on the grounds. When we got to our booth, we quickly started working. There goes Master Braider Bev. I wish I could have got some videos of her in action. And here goes me with my first client of the day. There goes Sassy Indy. And listen, I promise you guys I was working. I wasn't just recording. There goes my customer at the front ready to pay, okay? And after the flood and the rain. This is the next day, actually, after our booth was flooded. You can tell it's still wet.
And then the next day, we healed it. Per usual.
A booth. And we met up with our sisters from Vartui Studios.
As the owner, I always want to make sure my braiders are confident within their work. It is so important that I come and I assist them for anything that they may need, because while I want them to be confident, I want our clients to love it, and I want them to tell other friends about it. It's not always working, no play. We play instead, we dance together, we draw the customers in.
So they try to shoot me. Bitches be stuck to me. I think they try to glue me.
Especially when the day is starting to die off. We might have a few people, but while the rest of us aren't working, I mean, why not play? Thank you for coming on a quick journey with us for behind the scenes of rave culture creations and setting up at festivals and booths. We will actually be officially recording our first episode in May of 2024 during the EDC Las Vegas week. Don't miss out. Our books are open and ready for you. We're ready to create for you, design for you, and make your dreams come true. It's going to be continued. There's going to be a lot of cameras, a lot of action. We're going to have vendors coming in. This year is going to be lit for EDC Vegas. Why just have the fun at the festival? You can have the fun before. Come see Rave Culture. You know where to find us. The link's in the bio of the book. Go on ahead and hop on it.
I'm the greatest right now. Fuck if you feel me, you ain't got a choice.
Fuck yeah, got him.
I leave functions and all the ladies trying to scream it. Now you just do you, and I'ma do it. Niggas wanna hate, so they try to shoot me. Bitches be stuck to me. I think they try to glue me. I make the spin around you is all I see. Swag, go, scream my name, boy, swag, soldier.
Get out the way.